Okay, this is going to be a little video. I don't know if you can see me in the video, but it doesn't matter because this is the section that I want you to be able to see right now on how to repair drywall. If you see, it appears as if we're repairing a glory hole. Sorry about that, but I actually finished writing the book. A little ad for myself. Inside the Glory Hole is the name of the book by Trev2323. So this was just a little prop we used to do the book cover. So I don't have a hole in my drywall anywhere in the house, so it's a good tutorial on how to repair drywall because it helped me out immensely back in the day. But anyways, be sure to check out my book Inside the Glory Hole by Trev2323. Okay, what we're going to need to repair the drywall is a donor piece of drywall, some 1x3s, I prefer 1x3s, some drywall screws, some mud tape, a power grab or liquid nail, and a hole saw. Okay, if you don't know how to cut any drywall, how to cut drywall, it's really easy. I don't need this thin piece right here. That's for the two pieces that butt together. So to cut drywall, basically, what you do is you get a box cutter, and all you do is you score the top piece of paper. When you score the top piece of paper, it cracks. Really easy. It just cracks. And then you get the same box cutter, and you cut the back piece of paper. This does not have to be a perfect square. I'll show you in a minute. So what you're going to try to do is you're going to get a flashlight, use your fingers or whatever, and you try to fill to see if there's any wires, because sometimes in some areas they let you use Romex, where it's not pipe, which are electric wires, it's just Romex, and you don't want to cut through that Romex or anything like that. You want to fill if there's any 2x4s or anything stuck in the back in the frame. If there is, you can still repair it, but that's a little bit more pain in the ass. I'll explain why in a little bit. But anyways, if there's nothing back there, you don't feel anything back there, you get your donor piece of drywall. This is your donor piece. All you do is you put it over the area you want to repair. Then you just draw a tracing around it. Try to get it really good because you're going to have to cut that out. So you draw a tracing. This is the exact size of what this piece of drywall is right here. Then to make it cut like this, you're going to need your jab saw. And this isn't a wall. Normally it would be easier if it was held in by a wall. See, it actually is like a 2x4. There's a chair that's sitting on right behind there. And then the last little line right here. The whole title of my book out right there, huh? Okay, so you're gonna pull out that piece of drywall that you framed, and this should actually fit in there. Do I put it that way or that way? I think I had it that way. Nope, maybe not. Maybe you're gonna find out how you had it in there. There it is. Should have been that way right there. Okay, you can trim this down a little bit if it's not fitting in there right, because you want it to go right in the hole right. Make sure you don't drop it in there. It should just fit in there kind of snug. Just like this, I think. Alright. That's close enough for government standards, what we're going to do. Okay, so now that you got your hole, you can check. And I say that before, if there's a 2x4 back there, you'd have your 2x4 back there. What you would have to do is actually get a box cutter or something and cut that little piece off of that 2x4 Now you could stop it right there so you can screw right onto that, but what I prefer to do is go past it, and I'll show you why. What you're going to need right now is your liquid nail. I'm not actually going to put any on, I'm just going to simulate it. This is just for a tutorial. You would put your liquid nail on, all on your 1x3 right here. And your 1x3, I use 1x3s is because people use 1x2s or 1x1s and just put them right in here, where this piece actually doesn't have any support. I use 1x3s, and this is why. You go ahead and you put your power grab on it like this. You stick it through the hole, and when you have it stuck through the hole, kind of fill it on the top and the bottom. Make sure you got enough room to screw it in. The liquid grab is going to grab this part. So this right here is going to be actually stuck to this also. So this ain't just going to be flimsy in there. See how high that is? And what you do is you get your screw. It's better if you have the drywall tip. I don't got the drywall tip. I should have brought that. Okay. There's drywall tips like this right here has to be just underneath the paper, but not breaking through the paper, or it's not going to hold it. Then, of course, you got glue on this, so the glue is going to dry and hold it itself. Okay, that's just below the paper. Then you're going to get your other 1x3. You're going to put your liquid nail or your power grab right on there. I prefer power grab, I'm just repairing it. And you're going to stick it through the other side. You're going to stick it on this also, so this has something to adhere to also. See how high it goes? You could put 2 nails on it. This is just for a tutorial of how to repair it. That's all I'm doing right here. Okay, and you get your other screw. Okay, these got to be just flush underneath the paper. Like I said, don't break through the paper because then it won't hold. They call them clickers. You go like this and you see if you can hear anything click. But then after you have that on, should have brought some more things, some more screws. You put your piece of drywall in there, and then you screw your drywall onto there. I didn't bring enough screws to do what you do both sides of your drywall. I would actually do 3 in there and 3 in there. Then after you put your drywall on there, you put your tape. That side's not sticky. I used that too much already. See right there. I prefer the self-sticking drywall tape. One of the tricks to covering it up also really good is make sure you have really good mud, that you don't put the mud on the compound really thick. And make sure that you get the exact same size of drywall than the wall is. When you fill through the side of it, make sure you got the exact same size of drywall. Like this one right here. This is actually 3/4 inch. I put 1/2 inch just for the tutorial because I didn't have an extra piece laying around. But then with your mud, you're going to put your mud on. And put your mud on real thin, but take your time. They sell fast setting coat, but put your mud on real thin because you gotta let it dry. I let it dry for 24 hours unless you use fast set, but I really don't like fast set. So put it on really thin, let it dry for 24 hours, kind of give it a really light sanding to get everything off, and then get a little bit bigger one and then do it a little bit wider. You're going to go a little bit wider on the mud. A little bit wider on the mud. 24 hours to dry. Then you're going to sand all that down. Then your third coat should be able to go with a bigger one to go over a whole piece. Smooth it in at the bottom, feather it in at the bottom. Let it set for another 24 hours. Then you sand the whole wall down. It'll be perfect. You won't even be able to tell there was a hole in the drywall. Well, that's how to repair a piece of drywall. I'm going to do another video on how to repair plaster. It's a little bit more harder. But if there is a 2x4 in there and you can't get the screws out that were holding the other drywall in, use an angle grinder and just cut the screws off and they'll fall off, and then you could put this right to it. But I would actually go a little bit further past and still put a 1x3 on the other side and screw it in there is kind of how I would do it. Or you can make the measurement line right on that 2x4 and adhere it that way. But this right here ain't going nowhere. It's glued in and screwed in. It'll be a great drywall repair. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. And thank you for your comments if you leave any comments. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.